Hey beautiful people, it is your girl Awakening Empress back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about self-esteem, confidence, how to heal yourself from narcissistic abuse, okay, or lack thereof. If you didn't have a parent to give you compliments as a child, how did that shape your self-esteem? You know what I mean? So that's what I want to talk about today. First off, let me start with my story and my journey, okay? So the first time that I felt cute, or remember in my mind that I felt cute, I was about 5 or 6 years old. And I remember like an uncle of mine, he used to always say, that girl looked like a little porcelain baby doll. And so he used to always say that, and it made me feel cute. It made me feel really, really beautiful. And that was my first time actually feeling really, really cute. And I would say overall, as a child, I felt cute. My mom used to dress me and my older sister up like twins all the time. And so we would have these cute little dresses on and all of that. So the first time that I felt unattractive, so to say, or like less cute, I would say would be in like middle school. As I grew up, I got taller, I got more slinkier, more slimmer, and I am almost 6'1". I'm about 6 feet tall, and I have been skinny my whole life up until this point. Okay, up until about mid-20s. So I had always been really, really slender, and I felt really lanky and awkward and just not comfortable in my own skin. So my mother at the time wasn't able to afford tall women clothing, and it wasn't as popular back then. In the early 2000s, late 90s, you didn't have tall clothing. It was very rare, and if you did, it was expensive. And so she tried to make it work the best way that she could. And so I used to have to wear men's shoes because I wear a size 12 in women. So I used to have to go to the men's section and get like a 10.5 or something, which always didn't have the cutest shoes. Or I used to have to wear like a size 10 in women, and thus I used to wear crunched up shoes. My feet used to hurt, and I was just uncomfortable. I wasn't able to get the clothing that I needed to feel good about myself. And fashion is so important in school as an adolescent, in middle school, high school, even elementary school. It's like fashion comes first and education comes second, you know what I mean? So having the things that you feel are like cool or you feel comfortable, I was saying, gives you that confidence. And I didn't necessarily have that in like middle school with my growth spurt. But mom and dad tried their best to do what they do, okay? So I eventually, at the age of around 16, 17, got a retail job at Old Navy. And they did have women's jeans that were longer, which was so nice. I was like, yes, finally. And so I was able to start buying my own clothing and to be able to have a wardrobe that kind of allowed me to be more confident because I could get jeans that fit. What I was doing before then, unfortunately, I had to wear, they would call them high waters or floods back then. And that gave me self-esteem issues because my jeans would not hit the floor, and I do distinctively remember always pulling my pants down when I would sit down so that they wouldn't come up really high because I was really, really tall, and I didn't want to get teased for, and kids are mean of course, I didn't want to get teased for my jeans not being long enough, And so I do remember that distinctively, or always wearing a belt so that it could hold it and I could have the jeans hit the floor just a little bit. And so I got the job in 16, 17 with high school, started to buy clothes, started to build my self-esteem back up, and felt like I could walk down the hall in high school and feel way more confident in myself. I've always been a very shy, introverted, soft-spoken kid and adult. And so you know, now I'm shaping my identity a little bit more. I'm getting into more social groups. Finally got me a boo, finally got me a boyfriend. You know, my first love, David, whom I discussed in my last video, who transitioned a few years ago. And so I was feeling a lot more confident. At the age of about 6 or 7, I had been prescribed glasses. I don't have the best eyesight. And we were on Medicaid, government assistance, and so the glasses were not so nice. I remember having like these pink glasses as a child. They were like pink and white, kind of clear. They were not super cute, but I could see. And then in high school, I remember having some gold glasses. Middle school and high school, I had some gold, and I thought that those were really, really cute. We couldn't afford to get the most stylish glasses. And we couldn't afford for me to get contacts. That was never talked about. So one of the first things I did, since I had a job, I was buying clothing that I actually liked. I got myself some contacts, okay? And not any contacts. Honey got me some gray contacts. And if you know, you know, contacts, color contacts were popping in the early 2000s, okay? Everybody was wearing colored contacts. So I had gray and I wore green, but mostly the gray ones. So things started to shift when I started to get a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more swag, a little bit more fashion, a little bit more apparel. So I was wearing my gray contacts, clothing was getting cute, I had me a little boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to, you know what I'm saying, starting to feel myself. After high school, early 20s, about 24, 25, I started to get into makeup, okay? And of course it was trial and error. Everybody's eyebrows were eyebrowing. We were all in that transition, the arches, all of that. But I ended up getting into makeup. Shout out to YouTube and some of the OGs. But I started to get into makeup and I felt really pretty finally, okay? So then I started to attract a lot of attention. And that was new for me. So I got more into makeup, got more into like buying my own clothes, fashion. Of course, I'm living on my own at this moment. It's about 27, 28. I am just feeling really, really good, okay? Getting my sew-ins done every month, looking cute, feeling very, very beautiful. And I just felt like I was on top of the world. I felt like, oh, I had it. Like any guy I wanted, I felt like I could get it. I just felt good in my skin. You know what I'm saying? Body was looking nice. I didn't have to work out. I just was naturally slim, had a nice little shape to myself. And I was just feeling like really, really good for years. Like just really, really good about myself. Self-esteem was not an issue. Had a boyfriend at the time, no problems. You know what I'm saying? Like I was feeling good. He accepted me as I was, wearing makeup, not wearing makeup, all of that. We lived together, yada, yada, yada. Another story for another day. Okay, so we broke up and then that wasn't like life or death or anything like that. It was just like cool, we parted ways. Eventually it phased out. Still super cool, all of that. Ended up at the age of 29 moving to Atlanta. Still cute, sew-ins, you know, makeup popping, feeling like that girl. I'm in Atlanta now, Chocolate City, okay? The dates are coming in, all right? I'm dating athletes, lawyers, you name it. I felt like I was on top of the world. So I'm dating several different guys, having a good time. Not like that, but like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm dating, and I just felt loved, I felt seen, felt beautiful. Again, all of that. The weave, the makeup, just, you know, like I just felt love for once in my life. Like I can get whatever I want. Met a guy, hello narcissist, okay? Met a guy and you know, he just kind of like innocently said like, oh, I want to see you without any makeup. I was like, okay, maybe he just wants to, you know, and I was like, I didn't think anything. I was being very naive, and I was just like, okay, maybe he's just used to like dating girls. And that's what he said, like, I'm just used to dating girls that like don't wear makeup. And I'm thinking, you hollered at me on my dating profile with makeup on, weave on, all of that. So I took a little bit of offense to it, but then I was like, okay, whatever, let me just show him what I look like without no makeup on. So one day I'm in the house, he called me, and I was like, oh, nothing much, just chilling, you know. He's like, you got makeup on? I was like, no, right? Naive of me, but I was like, no. He was like, I'm swinging by, I just want to see what you look like without any makeup on. Red flag. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, okay. So I let him come over, and he was like, oh my God, you're beautiful, you look good, you don't even need that. I was just like, really? Like, I really felt seen, right? I really felt seen. So I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, you should do it more often. You know, you don't need all of that. I was like, okay. And I was not a little bit, I was very insecure. As a matter of fact, I dated a guy before him. I wouldn't even let his eyes see me in the morning before he woke up without any makeup on. Baby, I'm running to the bathroom and putting my face on. That's how deep my trauma was, and like my unattractiveness without any makeup was. You know what I mean? So I'm dating this other guy. He saying I look good without any makeup on. So I was like, okay, I need to stop wearing so much makeup. So I started to tone down the makeup. Then Shorty came back for another one. I want you to wear natural hair. What's your hair look like without weave in it? I don't like girls who wear weave. Again, you met me on the dating app without any makeup or weave, or with makeup and weave, like. But I was like, okay. Started to grow my natural hair out, and I'm thinking, this is for my good. This is for my good, whatever. So I let him come by one day. This time I was wearing relaxers. I let him start seeing me with my natural hair, with my relaxers at the moment. And then eventually I ended up transitioning my relaxer into natural hair in 2016. I went natural, which I love now. Love, love, love my natural hair, my curls. So I'm thinking, this is helping me, right? Like, you know. But girl, it went from one demand to the next. Literally another thing, another thing, another thing. This man is trying to strip me from who I actually am. At the time I was on YouTube on my other bigger channel, popping. And I didn't even see the red flags, but I saw it like naively, like, oh, he's just trying to see me like natural. It went from that to, you know, insulting my clothes and insulting my body, breaking me down. And it was so subtle, I didn't even realize it. I just thought he's helping me see like who I am. He was actually controlling. He turned out to be a narcissistic maniac. And it took years to recover from him. But one thing I will give that part of my life credit for, I was able to go natural, which I love, which helped open my pineal gland, helped me spiritually see myself, heal my inner child and my inner wounds. Although he was trash, he was absolute trash, it did help me. And so I feel like I met him for a reason. He helped me see this part of myself. Then the transition from being natural, from wearing makeup to being natural, it was a difficult one. For once, I had to like look in the mirror and be content and happy with who I was right here. You know what I mean? Like in the inside. Look at this young girl who, back in the day, I used to look at her with no makeup on and think that she was hideous, she was ugly. And now I'm having to confront this person, this inner child, and say that you're beautiful. And I love you just as you are. You don't need those things. And it was ugly, it was tough, it was hard. And I use those words because it was not easy to look at my hair and say that this was beautiful. I had never seen this curl, this pattern come out of my head before. It was a transition. I was having an identity crisis, as a matter of fact, because everything I built myself up to be, I was no longer being that. I was returning back to that young girl, but I was just different. I was older, you know? So it took a lot of unlearning, unpacking. I'm also leaving the church at this moment. decentralizing men in my life, uncluttering, relearning, learning about Black culture, everything aligned, you know, looking back, but in the midst of it, it felt so ugly. I was like, what? My whole world was crumbling. My whole world was crumbling. I didn't understand. So I broke up with him. We weren't together anymore, but I still stayed on my natural journey. And so after I was able to get all the relaxer out of my hair, cut all those ends, find out how to style my natural hair, find out how to work on the inner me, pull out things from the root in my self-hate, decentralizing European beauty standards. Hello, okay? Wearing weave did not make me feel beautiful anymore. Seeing my hair curly was starting to really hit, and I was like, wow. Just pulling out so many things that I had dug a deep hole and just, you know, buried that young girl I didn't feel like was attractive anymore inside. And I had to pull it out and heal from it. Now, let me tell you, I love myself. No makeup, no weave. I haven't worn weave in so long. I wear braids. I wouldn't consider that weave, but I haven't worn a weave in years. I'm not opposed to it. Just saying, the healing that I had to do from it, putting foreign objects on my head now, like weave and extensions, feels so foreign to me. I just want to rip it off. Even wearing makeup for longer than a few hours, I'm like, let me wash it off. You know what I mean? When you truly fall in love and you do the deep work, you just want to see yourself looking like you. You want to see your natural self. You yearn to feel your skin. You can't stand anything trying to block it anymore. Now, I wear the makeup. The makeup does not wear me. Now, if I do wear weave, the weave does not wear me. I wear the weave, and I can take it off and still feel beautiful with it. And that's how you heal from all of the self-esteem, low confidence issues that you may have had rooted in your childhood. So my tips are to give yourself compliments on the things that you do like with your body, whether they be small or large, and just build yourself up from there. They say fake it till you make it. In this case, I really do think that that will help. Just pour into yourself, love into yourself. Find something that you love about you, whether it be the way that you dress, the way that you do your skincare routine, but something that's natural and authentic and beautiful to yourself. Pour into that and heal that inner child that felt ugly, that felt ashamed, that felt, guilty and hurt and didn't feel seen and unattractive. Heal those parts of yourself and you will begin to feel so beautiful, because honestly, having a beautiful spirit in the inside is way more important than looking beautiful on the outside. But what's in looks good on the outside as well. So I hope that this video has helped you. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week's video. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you lots. See you in the next one. Bye. That was super good. You fucking killed it. I love it. I love it.